Okay, travel blog. This is 19th of June. I am here in Greece, in the Peloponnesian Peninsula, on the western side, 40 kilometers from Olympia, where I'm going to go right now. So I'm going to take my time through the Peloponnesian and see all of the ruins. Olympia, and then Messene, then Sparta, then some other one. Then hang out in Athens for a few days, and then go north. And maybe climb Mount Olympus. Since the last blog I did, it was like right when I was entering Albania. And it was, I wasn't so sure at that time, but yeah, I took a wrong turn. I got like within 50 kilometers or something of Tirana. I totally could have gotten from Skopje to Tirana in one day, but I didn't see the turnoff. I literally didn't see anything, no turnoff. And then I got into some town called Klos and asked people, well, where's Tirana? And instead of pointing me the right way, like that road that was direct, they just pointed me north. So I went way north and went way out of the way before going south again. It was a beautiful, really scenic road, up and down, all these switchbacks constantly. On really bad roads. And when I rolled into Tirana the next day, I was really tired because I didn't have a dinner the night before. If I don't have dinner, I don't do well the next day. And my bike was totally thrashed. My rack was thrashed. So I need to hang out there the next day and figure out what I was going to do with my rack. It was coming apart, so have it like mended together somehow. But then I met this American guy and the Albanian girl who worked at the hostel, Tirana Backpacker Hostel, really cool place. They invited me to climb the mountain, so I climbed Kruja Mountain, which is the backdrop, which is a suburb of Tirana. Tirana is surrounded by mountains on the west and south side, east and south side. And we went up to the top of the mountain. And it was in the backdrop of where Skanderbeg, their national hero, who was the only guy to withstand the incoming of the Ottomans. And I forgot to say that about what I think about Albania, but yeah, like Albania, they had lots of, they're the Illyrians and the Ionians, the original inhabitants, but then they got invaded by the Turks, the Ottoman Empire, back 500 years ago, so there's lots of Muslims there now, and I'm even, Muslim blood, darker blood, and and that kind of music and stuff. I like the music though that they were playing there. It was cool. And then I hung out the next day to fix my bike, my rack, and get new tubes and all that. And then the next day I couldn't get up in time because I partied too late, so I stayed. And then the next day I think I stayed because we were just gonna hang out. And then the next day I was going to ride, but then the guy who fixed my rack, well, he also wanted to make it tighter around the seat post, and there was nothing. It was fine the way it was going on the seat post, but he wanted to fix it, so I was like, all right, whatever. So he put a new screw in because he didn't have a Allen key, so he put a new screw in that had a normal wrench because that's what he had, but he put the wrong size screw in. I guess because they use metric in Europe and we use American sizes. So anyways, it got loose and I couldn't tighten it again, so I had to go back to the hostel. So I ended up spending 6 nights there. Yeah, and I kept getting stuck there because I was hanging out with one day I stayed there an extra day to give Malvina, my Albanian friend, a Thai massage, because when I met her she was telling me she's a Thai masseuse, or not a Thai masseuse, a masseuse on the beach, and also does the poi performing. And then is like a painter and a musician, has all these instruments, and speaks like 4 languages, like really smart girl, talented. Anyway, she started giving me these massages on the first night I was there, and I was like, wait, that's Thai massage move, that's Thai massage move. Even though she never studied it, so I gave her a Thai massage. But yeah, and then we were drinking every night until like 1 in the morning, like all these rakias, like girl could drink, and so I was like getting drunk, drinking like faster than I would. That was fun to hang out. That was fun hanging out with her. And then also hearing, local Albanian stories, and then like checking out all parts of Tirana, walking around, and there's this nice park there and a lake around it. We went in one day and stuck our feet in, and there was like these fish like eating on our toes. That was kind of cool. Never had that before. So then I left, and then one day I rode to this other beach, went over this steep pass. It was so steep that like I could barely ride my bike over it. It was way steeper than any road in America. It was like beyond grade. And it went from sea level all the way up to past 300 feet, or 3,000 feet, like 3,100 feet. And I don't think I would have made it, but then there's this big truck that came by, so I grabbed onto his chain. Like what I thought was right near the top, but it wasn't. It kept going and going. And then I rode down. It was a beautiful ride down. I wanted to take video that day because my video camera was working fine, like up until when I filmed the Thai massage. But then it suddenly wouldn't turn on anymore. I think it just died. It took a week to die, but it died after it fell out of my bag when I was in Kosovo, so I didn't hack. Albania had some beautiful stuff I could have filmed, like that pass, all the bad roads, the crazy drivers, all the animals and people riding donkeys and waving at me. And would have been really good. It was like over timberline this pass and went all the way down the river, the ocean, but couldn't film any of that. So then I was like delirious. I was tired because I'd drunken until like I've been drinking 6 days in a row, and I got actually drunk the night before because Albania kept pouring all these new rakias, and I was like, all right, give me another one. And it was really hot that day, so I was kind of delirious. So I looked at the ocean and I thought it was a lot closer than it was, but it took me an hour to hike down there, like over rocks and stuff to the beach. And then the next morning I hiked over to the beach, which wasn't really that far. And I was like, I got this breakfast, but I couldn't eat it. I was just totally, I didn't have dinner the night before either. And I had a couple of energy bars that morning, but I was like, couldn't eat it. I was totally just staring at it and drinking orange juice. And there's this American guy I was talking to who was there, and then his sister, and they offered to just drive me to the border. So that was cool. They drove me, it was like hills and stuff, to their hotel that wasn't so far from the border. And then I got off and I rode like another hour to the border, and then across the border, and there was this nice campsite right on the beach there that was free, that I stayed at, next to this place where I had a free shower. And it was cool because I took the shower at like 9:30 at night or something, totally black, and it wasn't heated, but the water was still warm from, I guess, getting like from the tank or something, getting heated. So like I had a shower, no heat, and it was totally warm at night. It was really cool. And then I did internet the next day, and then I rode into this town called Igor Minstuk. And a lot of bugs here. And bought a new video camera, the camera I'm filming myself with now. Another Canon, only this one's even smaller. And I found out that my other video camera wasn't actually broken. It works if you plug it in. So my mom wants a video camera, so I'm just going to give that camera to her, and maybe she can even get it fixed so it works right. So this camera's better because it's smaller, so that's cool. About 240 bucks, 200 euro. And then I bought a new bike computer because the roads were so bumpy in Albania that it actually ripped off my sensor, even though it was connected on my fork by 2 zip ties and it was glued on. It just ripped off. It was so bumpy. So I bought a new computer in Tirana, but it was only like a 10 euro computer, and it was a piece of shit. It wouldn't even work. It worked for like 2 seconds and then it just died. So anyways, I bought a cat eye. I bought another one. So yeah, I should have known better not to buy a cheap one after living in other third world countries and knowing the crap that they make. So I bought a cat eye. So I've got another wireless computer, and I'm just gonna keep, if it gets bumpy, I'm just gonna keep an eye on, make sure that none of the zip ties break. And then I took the ferry from there to oh my god, I can't remember the name of it. Anyways, the big town on the northern western side of the Peloponnesian Peninsula. It's only 20 euros, and it was like a hotel room because I stayed there all night. But I had to stay up really late until like 12:30 charging this camera because I wanted to charge it all the way first because I heard that's good for the battery. And and then I had to get up at like 5:30, so I only got like a couple hours of sleep. So then I kind of laid down, put my head on the table when I got there until like 9, and then I bought a new rack. Oh yeah, the rack was totally destroyed. I got it on the video. The rack was totally destroyed. I haven't had my backpack on it, so I bought another rack, and we'll see if this one goes. Hopefully this one will last. And I mailed that camera back home, and then I rode in here last night. So now I'm gonna go to Olympia and then the scene in Sparta. So I'm gonna take off now. It's about time. Okay, ciao.